Good evening and welcome to GC News at 9:30. I'm Johnny Zillion.
And I'm Hurst26.
We begin tonight with breaking news in Nova Scotia, Canada, as we learn more information about a deadly mass shooting that occurred over the weekend, the worst in Canada's modern history. Many mourn virtually, but some memorials are happening live outside. At around 10:30 p.m. local time on Saturday at the rural beachside community of Portapique, the gunman, 51-year-old Gabriel Wortman, began his first attack, which will lead to many more after. Police received multiple phone calls reporting gunshots, and first responders found several casualties both inside and outside of households. The suspect also presumably caught nearby structures and vehicles around the area on fire. Among the victims of the attacks was a 23-year-old mother of two, a 17-year-old teen, a pregnant health care worker, and a veteran officer of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Authorities say the investigation is extremely detailed and complex, and it's hard to give further details on the attacks. The search ended around midday on Sunday, where the police located the suspected gunman, who was shot and later died. It is not clear what his motives were for the attack, but the victims who lost their lives will forever be remembered by the people who love them most.
Now over to the growing controversy about the reopening of Jacksonville beaches in Florida this past weekend. The media posted pictures of crowded beaches that were opened by the approval of the Florida governor, Ron DeSantis, for people to enjoy sunshine and fresh air. But now some begin to speculate that the images were taken from a different time and were reused as fake photos. In Jacksonville, currently beaches stay empty, but what were those images posted by the general media? In the pictures shown here, you can see tens of hundreds of people walking down the sand and swimming in the ocean with no mask or no sign of social distancing. Many online expressed their thoughts on how this was extremely dangerous and ineffective in flattening the curve of the virus, but others who looked online found a different reason as to why these may be just a social media fake. Users posted pictures of side-by-side comparisons of posts or stock images that were posted from last year, showing how the same photo was used by the media describing Jacksonville beaches. Here you can see what was one of the Florida beaches looked like in reality last Friday. Barely anyone is pictured here, as everyone is staying home.
Local game show groups have braced for the worst as a recent Roblox game show community-wide threat has forced all groups to lock down. As we prepare for what could happen, owners are not taking it easy and are doing whatever they can to protect their group and their content. Everyone has been warned to take extra precautionary steps for the security of their accounts. It's not said when groups will reopen, but it won't be for a while.
Coming up in just a few moments, let's take a quick look at our local weather with Chief Meteorologist Jay Sack. We'll be right back.
Well, we got a good one for you today. I am here with your weather, like always. Let's take a look at that weather up on our big screen. I'm going to show you today's Doppler radar. That's what it looks like in the country right now. We've got a nice big storm going on over here in the southern eastern part over by Alabama and Louisiana. That storm's going to move its way up. You can see waves of it already coming into the Pennsylvania area. And if we take a look at our current outside in the backyard right now, here's what's going on right now. It's 43 degrees. We got some winds blowing north-northwest. Tonight, it's going to drop down to a very, very chilly 32 degrees. It's cooler than it usually was. Sunset tonight was at 7:52. Sunrise tomorrow is going to be at 6:13. So if you like to see the sunrise, that's when you got to set your alarm. And let's see what's going to happen in the next 7 days of your life. Tomorrow, it's going to be a little bit of showers in the evening. We have a 50-degree high. Friday, it's going to be rain a little bit, possibly 52 degrees. Saturday, it'll be 60 degrees with a little bit of rain later in the day. Sunday, rain will be likely, 50 degrees. Monday, partly sunny. Tuesday, we got a chance of some showers, of course. High of 58 degrees on Tuesday. And Wednesday, exactly the same. Chance of showers, 58 degrees. So that's all we got for the weather. And now I'm going to toss it back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Jay Sack. The coronavirus pandemic has been the center of public discussion for the last few months. Well, even if you're not really in public right now, families are all together in isolation to help flatten the curve. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo dismissed the notion that the restrictions put in place might be doing more damage than coronavirus itself. Cuomo was asked about protesters outside the state capitol in Albany who said they were running out of money. While expressing sympathy for their plight, Cuomo said the virus is still killing hundreds of New Yorkers per day. It's not about me, it's about we, he said. Cuomo said the risk of death outweighs economic hardship. The governor said to those who want to go back to work, said, you should take a job as an essential worker. There are people hiring, he said. You can get a job as an essential worker. So now you can go to work and you can be an essential worker and you are not going to kill anyone.
Today marks the 50th anniversary of the eco-friendly holiday known as Earth Day. The history of this holiday goes back decades, as the very first Earth Day began on this very day 50 years back in 1970. Movements of the late 60s and early 70s pushed for a cleaner environment in which many people at the time had little to no interest in. However, as the holiday began to grow globally, so did the awareness for our environment. As air pollution plummets to an all-time low, plastic is cleaned from hundreds of beaches, and a new generation arises, the awareness of Earth Day goes on for years to come.
America's food supply, but it'll be up to consumers to keep the supply for some hot button items in check. Kroger CEO Rodney McMullen said in an exclusive with Good Morning America, along with Kroger, ABC News reached out to representatives of Walmart, Wegmans, Albertsons, and Publix to discuss growing concerns over the country's food supply, raising consumer behavior, and the future of grocery store shopping amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Is the food supply chain really running dry? None of the grocery stores ABC News spoke with indicated that the nation's food supply would run dry. Leslie Saracen, president and CEO of the Food Industry Association, reaffirmed this in a statement on Tuesday. We can all rest assured that there is enough retail supply of food products, she said. What shoppers may be experiencing is sporadic unavailability of high-demand items.
Coming up, Las Vegas is planning to open up their casinos by the governor.
And the only pro baseball league worldwide is currently in Taiwan, and they need English broadcasters. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to today's program. As coronavirus strikes pandemonium, businesses have decided to shut down until further notice. However, Las Vegas has decided to jump the gun as most of their casinos and resorts have started to reopen. As most people can assume, casino stocks in recent times have dropped staggeringly due to the closure of many sites. Governor of Nevada, Steve Sisolak, stated that, quote, the reopening of Nevada businesses is highly dependent upon expanded testing and tracing capacity and access of what is currently possible, end quote.
While America's pastime may be on hold for now, baseball during the pandemic has made some cutbacks to major companies such as the Major League Baseball and the Nippon Professional League in Japan as they suspend games for the rest of the year. However, there is one league that is still continuing games, and that so happens to be the Taiwan Chinese Professional Baseball League. 11 Sports Network happens to be Taiwan's Chinese professional baseball broadcaster of these games. They pulled in a massive 5 million viewers during 5 of their English dub broadcasts. Simone Kang, general manager of 11 Sports, says that they are currently looking in the field for English commentators for the CBPL. He goes on to say, the younger generation in Taiwan speaks good English here, and some of them studied abroad in America and or Australia, so they can speak good English, and we have those people who are very interested and very crazy about baseball. Coming up in just a few moments, we'll have Quirk's Day of Days in the world of entertainment. Stick around. We'll be right back.
It's Queen Elizabeth's birthday. We can't make this stuff up. It is literally Queen Elizabeth's birthday today, from 1451 to 1504. We also got whoever Lisa Marie, age 19 is. We can't forget Jack Nicholson. Definitely can't forget Joey Kidney. And most definitely, Joey's World Tour. 56 years old, we wish him a... We also have Vladimir Lenin. And for events today, it's April Showers Day, Girl Scout Leaders Day. So we got those Thin Mint cookies. We got obviously Earth Day. We also have National Jelly Bean Day. We have In God We Trust Day. So if you trust in God, or well, actually it's about Congress, but we don't talk about that. It's also a bunch of other holidays like Dog Appreciation Months and Jazz Appreciation Month. But we also have on the Steam platform, we got Counter-Strike still at 500,000 players today, followed by Dota 2, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, GTA 5, 100's World, Destiny 2, Ark Survival Evolved, Mountain Blade 2, and Team Fortress 2. We'll keep you up to date whenever we start. Now, apparently I'm supposed to bring up an upright piano while JSEC's on my head. Does anyone know the context of this situation? I mean,
I can't really do anything in this situation.
That's art.
I'm gonna be real with you. I have no idea what's happening.
Well, that's some art we got, and I'm pretty sure with that's the end of this segment. I think I have absolutely, honestly, no clue. So we're gonna bring it back to the boys at the desk, and I'm signing out.
All right, thank you, Kirk Jeremy.
Why did we hire him?
Okay, so with that in mind, thank you, Kirk Jeremy, for the kind words, and good Lord. All right, we're going to toss it over to JSAC over here for the weather, probably, maybe, I don't know.
Final check on weather, JSAC. What do we have?
Yes, hello, weather. As I'm sure you all know, the weather is weathering outside. Let's take a look outside right now.
JSAC, I don't think that's a good idea.
I think it's a good idea. Go ahead.
Okay.
Listen, can we talk about how it snowed, actually? That's a good...
It snowed? Where did it snow?
It snowed over where I was! It was like 3 p.m. and it just started snowing and hailing. Who saw
it snowed over in the Pennsylvania area.
Yeah, let's pull up our Doppler radar on the big screen over here.
Who thought it was a good idea?
Let's come over to the big screen. Let's pull over this Doppler radar. You want to talk about snow? So, Quirk, let me guess. So you over there in that blue mark up there in the top?
Yeah, you see that blue mark? No, not fully top, but earlier today, in that middle area of Michigan, it snowed. And by God, I did not like it one bit. Not a good thing to go outside.
Well, tough luck. Let me tell you, it's going to keep snowing, okay?
Why?
You see that whole thing? It's going to keep moving. It's just going to keep moving towards you, and it's going to rain and snow.
Okay, then. You
all right? Okay, here, I'll show you. Here's what's going to happen tonight. Tonight, it's going to be 32 degrees. Now, Quirk, you're a smart gentleman. Tell me, what is 32 degrees?
It's not freezing, I'll tell you that much.
It is freezing.
No, freezing is 30 degrees perfectly.
No. What in the 30 degrees? Are you smart? How did you get this job?
You see, I cheated my degree in weatherology or whatever the hell I got to get here.
It's called meteorology.
Meteorology.
I'm an entertainer, not a meteorologist.
I'm a meteorologist, and this show has just... This is what happens when you need to stretch a 25-minute newscast into 30 minutes.
Well, I can tell you that we succeeded.
Yeah, we did succeed. It's 9:59 right now. So,
which means...
I'm going to toss it back to the guys at the desk where they're going to wrap it up finally.
Well, thank you, JSAC and Quirk, for that entertaining weather report. That's going to do it for us here tonight. For all of us, for Quirk, JSAC, and Johnny, and all of our crew, I'm Hurst26. We'll see you next time for another edition of GC News.
Good night.